Hi, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our 8 o'clock webinar today. My name is Anika, and I have here with me Danielle, my colleague. We are both teachers in Meravigli, Meravigli in Milan. So while we're waiting for the others, maybe we can start with an introduction. Um, so Danielle, do you want to start by
Sure.
introducing yourself?
Yes. So as Anika said, I'm Danielle and I'm Australian. And I've been a teacher at Meravigli in Milan for about 18 months. But I worked for 9 months and then I had a baby and then I came back. So maybe if you're a student at Meravigli, you might not know who I am. And yeah, I've been living in Milan for about 18 months. That's about it.
Right. So, which is the reason why I didn't get to talk to Danielle as much as I would have if it wasn't for the quarantine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, my name is Anika, and I'm originally from Bangladesh. I used to live in Malaysia before I moved to Italy, and I've been living in Italy for about 6 years now. So, hi, Anna. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for joining on a Friday night before a long weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess it's a strange sort of Easter this year. I guess lots of people in Italy normally would celebrate or have see their family. But I guess this weekend is going to be very quiet
I
for
know, it really is
everyone.
strange.
Yeah.
Today, though, is supposed to be Good Friday, isn't it?
Yes.
It's supposed to be a special day. Not
Yeah.
sure if it's a big deal in Italy, though.
Well, it's not a holiday here, is it? Which
Yeah,
I think is
no, it's not.
strange.
Yeah.
Because in Australia and in England, it's
Hmm?
a public holiday, so no one
Hmm.
works. And they're not
Yeah.
Catholic countries, but they still have it as a holiday. So,
This is strange. Yeah.
yeah.
So today we're going to talk about this topic, government.
Mhm.
So before we begin, I just want to mention something about the pronunciation of the word. So it's pronounced government. So the first syllable is not pronounced A or O. It's pronounced something like government. And the first N is almost silent, government.
Yeah.
And government, what does government mean, Danielle?
Sorry, I'm typing the
Or,
way it should be pronounced. So it sounds like this government. Mhm.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, the government is the collection of people that rule a country. All right. Like it
Yeah,
is
that's
sort of similar in Italian.
it. Yeah. So let's talk about it. I think the topic of today is interesting.
Yeah, it can be
So here is the
controversial as
plan.
well.
Yeah, I'm really curious about what you guys have to say. So, oh, it's nice other people are joining us.
Yes.
So I'm curious about what you guys have to say about some questions in today's topic. So this is the plan for today. We're going to talk about describing government, using conditionals, and proposing ideas. Also, one point to note is that the word government can be singular as well as plural, isn't it, Danielle? I mean, I
Yeah.
could say government is, government are as well.
Yeah. Or it can be plural. You can talk about two governments. Hi,
Yeah.
Giovanni. Welcome. Anna and Giovanni, where are you from? Let us know where you're listening and watching from. We'd
Yeah.
love to know.
Okay. So let's get started with the first task of today. Let's talk about debate questions. So we are going to go through these questions one by one. So the viewers, whoever is watching, you can write the number of the question and type up your answers. We would be really happy to read out your answers. If there are any corrections to do, we're going to help you out. And in the meantime, you're going to discuss them as well. So the first question goes, do you follow politics? sorry, it's really small, so I'm gonna national and international politics. So, Danielle, do you follow politics, either national or international?
Yeah, I do. I follow both. I follow Italian politics because it's very eventful, and because I
Right.
live here. But I definitely follow international politics. Yeah, I used to be a journalist, so it's the type of
Did you
thing I would
really? I
write
did not
about.
know
Yeah,
that.
but I don't follow Australian politics because I don't. I'm too far
Oh,
away, and it doesn't relate to my life.
oh, interesting.
Yeah. Hi,
But
Aria. Thanks for joining us.
yeah,
Yeah.
Giovanni is from Rome. That's nice. I used to live in Rome.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So,
So I
Anika, what
like the
about
word.
you?
So as for me, so before I just wanted to mention that I like the word eventful that Danielle has mentioned. So it means when a lot of things happen. So she mentioned that in Italy, Italian politics is eventful. So I do follow international politics, and I also follow the politics of Bangladesh sometimes, which can be a little complicated. But sometimes I also get the news from my parents when I speak to them or some relatives. And also, I get notifications from some Bangladeshi newspapers on my phone, so it's always there.
Excellent.
Okay, what about
Guys,
you
which are
guys?
watching, let us know. Giovanni, Anna, Aria, do you follow politics? Tell us if you do, and why.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if you follow politics of specific countries, if you are from, I don't know if you guys are watching from Spain or France or somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about number 2, Anika? Do you usually vote?
I don't actually. I'm
Oh,
just too far away from home, and
yeah.
at the moment, I don't like any of the parties.
Okay, that's
So
understandable.
it's a
Yeah.
bit complicated over there. And it's always been so far. It's always been these two different parties who's been coming in power, like on and off. So it's like we don't have that many options these days in
Yeah.
Bangladesh. So yeah. What about you? Do you usually vote?
Yes, I always vote. So in Australia, the law says you have to vote.
Oh,
And if you don't vote, you're fined.
mm,
You must pay a fine.
really?
It's a small fine, but it's to
Mm,
basically make sure that everyone votes. It's the same in Brazil as well.
okay.
In Brazil, you must vote.
Yeah, I think it
So
should
yeah,
be that way.
yeah, I think people should vote. What about
Yeah.
you guys watching? Let us know if you usually vote. Okay, great. Giovanni, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, and a bit of international.
And when did you first vote?
I first voted when I
How
was
about you?
17. So Australia had a referendum on becoming a republic. So becoming a country separate to the Commonwealth. But unfortunately, it didn't pass. So I voted to become a republic, but we didn't win. So Australia is still part of the Commonwealth.
I
We'll just
see.
share Aria's answer. I didn't follow politics much until a few years ago. Governments always change too quickly. I think it's an opposition problem. Yes, I agree. And perfect English. That is absolutely perfect, Aria. Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
Anika, do you vote?
I usually
Oh,
haven't been
sorry, you
voting
said
for a
no.
while. Haven't been voting for a while, but I think the first time was when I was 19, I guess. Yeah, and I wasn't in the country at the time. I was in Malaysia.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So if you guys have joined later, I'm originally from Bangladesh. So you have to vote online if you're
Yeah. Oh,
living
is it
abroad.
online? That's good.
Yeah.
We have a problem with those who exercise power. A reason why there is no monarchy. Yeah. Yeah, very good. Exercise power. It's a great phrase. Yeah. How they use their power. Well done, Aria.
Oh, really nice. Today we have a really good participation here.
Yeah.
Great.
So number 5. Guys watching and Anika, have your political views changed much during your lifetime?
I think I haven't been following politics that much, to be honest. But probably there hasn't been really major changes. I think I don't think there's like any major changes that I could think about about politics specifically.
Okay.
And what about you, Danielle?
Not really. I'm sort of quite liberal.
Okay.
Yeah, no, my views have always sort of been the same. I would always vote on the left, not the right. So
All
quite
right.
left.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, Aria's got a really good point. I always voted. Also, because if you don't vote, you are penalised to find a job because it is a duty. Okay, that's interesting. One thing, Aria, you say, I have always voted. Okay, use the past perfect. Sorry, the present perfect, because it's something that started in the past and still continues. I didn't know that. So there's a record if you have voted, and it can maybe it's always there, and people know if you have voted or not. It's interesting.
It's interesting, yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. So if you guys are still writing, you can keep on typing, no problem. So, but in the meantime, we can move on to the next task, maybe?
Yep, absolutely.
So here we're going to play on some words. The root words are written on the left, and you guys have to think about some other forms of these words. So it could be a verb, could be a noun or an adjective. So for example, the word govern. So govern can be a verb to govern a country, to govern a place. What could be other words? The person who governs, or can you think of other words?
Yeah. So guys, we call these word families. So there's the base word, like these on the screen, and you can add parts to the end and they become different words, right? So there's lots of them. Here are just 4 examples. The first one you should be able to think of some, at least one. But
so
type
the
any
first
of them
one is
to
in the topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of those words relating to govern is the topic of today. So Aria says rule. Well, rule would be this the meaning of govern. Is to rule, but we are not looking for the meaning, but for other words that have the word govern in it. For example, government has is a word family of govern. Okay, so maybe we can reveal the answers to the first one, so the others would be easier. So other examples would be governor, government, and anti-government. Okay, so we're looking for words like this. So maybe we can also discuss the meaning of this. So governor is... Oh, we have some answers from Giovanni. Governative.
No, that's no. Governative isn't a word. I think you sort of mean the same thing, governmental and governative. No, governmental, I don't think, do you know what? I'll check. I don't think governmental is a word. Do you know if it is?
From my experience, I haven't heard that either.
Yeah, okay, so it is like a governmental decision. Okay, so governmental is an adjective, but it's not very common. I don't use it. Okay, but well done.
You might see it in the newspaper or something.
Yeah. So governmental is an adjective.
Yes.
So what about these ones though? So the government, governor. Who's a governor? Anika, do you want to explain who a governor is?
Sure, absolutely. So a governor is a person who governs or rules over a country or perhaps a town.
Yeah.
Is the governor.
Yeah, often it's like a region. So, for
A region,
example,
yeah.
like in the US, each state has a governor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's like a smaller region than a country.
Yeah. And then anti-government. Does anyone know what that means?
So the prefix of the word can give the meaning away. So anti usually means something that is in opposition.
Yeah, exactly.
So anti-government is the opposition of the government.
Yeah, anti-government. It can be an adjective. So it makes some people are anti-government, right? They're always against the government. They don't like the government.
Yeah.
Aria said like a mayor for governor. Yeah, but a governor is usually for a bigger area. Not every country has governors. Okay, only some countries do. Okay, we've got some answers for law. We've got lawyer, lawsuit, lawmaker. Very good. Yeah, I like all of those.
You guys are really good.
Yep.
Okay.
What else have we got?
So we have some other words here. So we have lawyer, just like Giovanni said. We have unlawful and lawmaker. So, so in case you guys don't know, a lawyer is a person who is an advocate, someone who defends a person in a court. The profession is the lawyer. And unlawful. What is unlawful? Do you want to explain that one, Danielle?
Yeah. So guys, unlawful is an adjective and it means against the law. So sometimes some behavior is unlawful. It means it breaks the law. Okay, it's not allowed.
Yeah.
And
for example, nowadays going outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be unlawful.
Going outside is unlawful. Yeah. Okay.
And then we have lawmaker. So lawmakers are usually people in authority who are responsible for making establishing a law. So they're in charge of laying down the rules. Okay. So let's talk about politics. So if you guys know any other word from the same family, let us know about politics. Okay. So we're just about to start talking about politics.
Yeah. So politics is obviously the noun. Okay.
Yeah. I know we can also change it to adjectives. I can think of the profession, the person in politics. What's that word?
Yeah, what's that called? The people in the government. What are they?
Yeah, okay, give it a try, guys. And okay. So are there governors in Australia, Danielle?
No, we call them something different.
What do you call them?
Premiers.
Oh.
Yeah, the premier of a state. They are basically a governor. Yeah, politician, modern area. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Politician. Okay, so maybe we can review the other words.
Yeah.
So we have politician, great, and political and politically. We have the adjective and adverb as well.
Yeah. So political, a political decision, a political act. Yeah. Politically, yeah. A politically motivated act.
Yeah. Sure.
Very good.
And then we have represent. So what could be other words that come from the word represent? So if you represent,
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Danielle.
I'm going to say represent is the verb. No, sorry, there's always a lag, guys. So sorry, that's why sometimes we talk over each other. So yeah, represent is a verb, right? Something represents something else. Where is this?
Okay. So it could be, I could think of the noun. As a hint, it may end with shun. Oh, great. Ariana got it.
Yeah,
Representation.
Very good. Yeah.
That's a hard one, actually.
Yeah. There's also a noun for people.
Yeah.
The politicians are we might have to show. I think this is pretty hard even, I think, for English
this
speakers.
Could be hard, so we're gonna give the answer.
Mother tongue English speakers, sorry. You guys obviously speak English very well. Okay. So a representative, that's a noun, and it is like a politician is a representative of a certain place. Okay. Oh, well done. Aria got it. Excellent. Yeah, well done.
Great. Well done.
Unrepresented.
And then,
what does that mean?
So unrepresented could be the opposite of represent someone or a place. So it's the negative of representing.
Yeah,
that would be the only way to explain, I guess.
Yeah, it's an adjective, so it's unrepresented. Yeah. For example, in some governments in the world, people of like minorities, so I don't know, think of a minority religion, are unrepresented in government. They don't have someone that represents them.
Oh, that's a good example. Okay. So if you guys have any questions at this point, don't hesitate to post them, write them up.
Yeah, let us know.
And in the meantime, we can move forward to some practice. All right, so we have some sentences here and we have to fill in the blanks using the words in the brackets. So I'm going to read out the first one. Most people consider their views private. So what do you guys think? Please write the numbers and the answer.
Yeah. You can do them in any order, so just send them in. And I'll read the second one just so that you can hear our pronunciation. Talking about the often leads to a heated debate. A heated debate is often the case in politics.
Yeah. And number 3 goes, the new prime minister is a great of a forward thinking.
That's the hardest one, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. Number 4, a member of parliament is the for the people from his/her district. Well done, guys. You've got the first one. Yeah, exactly. Well done, because it's an adjective, yeah?
Great.
Yep. Keep them coming in.
Great.
Government, talking about the,
Well done. Number 2 is government. Okay. And the last one is he has strong blank views.
Yeah. That last one's a bit hard as well. So the new prime minister is a great.
So if you guys don't know the next one, for example, we can jump to the one after it. Okay, so Giovanni says representative.
Okay.
So we have new prime minister. It's a great representative. I think you're. Oh, representation.
Yeah. So a representative. You're right. It's a noun. So that's true. Because he's a prime minister, so he is a representative. But representation of something, you can't have. It's a representation of something else. Okay.
Yeah, I was tempted to ignore the rest of the sentence. Like if the sentence ended here, it's a great representative. That would be okay.
That's okay.
But then
He realized as well. Well done, Giovanni. You picked it up. Well done.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well done. So how about the rest of the sentence? Of a forward thinking. So that refers to the person.
Yes.
Who's in. Well done, Arya. So politician. And then number 4, a member of parliament, is the.
You guys are very good to be doing this on a Friday night before a long weekend. Yeah. I'm impressed. Very impressed.
Yeah, me too.
I think usually when the schools are opened, the classes tonight are very quiet because usually people are already thinking about what they're going to eat this weekend. Or they go home to see their families.
Yeah.
Yay. Well done. This is right.
Okay. So we have representative for the people from his or her district. So the preposition makes a difference. The representation of, representative for something. He has strong blank views. So view is a noun, so you need an adjective to go with that. So we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. Usually these types of views are strong. Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, anti-government.
Well done.
Yeah. I'm sure we all know someone who has strong anti-government views. I know someone here in Italy, a friend of my husband, and he's all just, he doesn't reason about anything. He's just always against what they do.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Very good. Well done, guys.
Here's our, well done, yes. So here we have a little bit of grammar to do today. We're going to talk about the second conditional. So in case you guys have already done it, this could be a review for you. So here is a quick, here is a structure of how to form a second conditional. Oops, I'm sorry, you guys are not supposed to see that first blank. Hope you haven't seen that. But anyway, so second conditional is used. So before we look at the structure, let's talk about when you use second conditional. You use it when you talk about a hypothetical situation at present. So yes, just like Danielle has written down, it's about a hypothesis. At present, something that is not true right now, but you're imagining it to be true, and what would happen if it's true. So a structure of this, the grammar rule is to use if with the subject. Subject would be things like I, you, we, she, he, they. And then you use the past simple form of the verb. Even though you're picturing the scenario in the present, you use the past form of the verb. It's just the rule. And then with the results of this condition, use would with infinitive. So here's an example. If I won the election, I would find a solution to the traffic problem in the city. Well, that would be really great.
Yeah.
We need a solution to that in every city.
Definitely.
Okay.
Aria's already got some answers for the first one. So, cool. Yeah, well done.
Oh, great. Aria says became and would change. So the sentence would be, if Shelia became president, everything would change. Yeah. Perfect.
Excellent. Well done. Next one. If the government, the laws about smoking, more people smoking. Okay. Guys, the classic.
The verbs you're using here are change and quit.
I'll tell you guys, like the classic second conditional, maybe you already know it, is if I won the lotto, I would, I don't know, travel around the world maybe. Okay, because it's a hypothesis. It's not likely to happen, unfortunately. Okay, it's just, you're just imagining something.
Exactly. So we have some answers here. Very good, guys. So if the government changed the laws about smoking, more people would quit.
Yeah, well done.
Okay. Also, one thing to keep in mind is that you can actually switch the result and the condition. So you could also say that more people would quit smoking if the government changed the new law. So it's the same thing wherever you put the conditional result.
Yeah, that's a
What
good
about
point.
number 3? Yeah. So number 3 says if the government funds, then he involved in unlawful activities. So the verbs you're using is mishandle and verb to be.
Yeah. What does mishandle mean? Hi, Marcello. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. So mishandle is when you don't manage something well, when you when things don't go well because of the way they're managed. You're
Yeah,
mishandling.
exactly. Okay. So, if we
So
got,
if plus past simple, and with the be you would use would and infinitive.
yeah, well done, Giovanni's got it.
Very good, Giovanni.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay. What do you guys think of about number 4? So we have if we blank after politics, we blank here all night. So your verbs are speak and be, which is often true. Like I'm talking about politics forever. Very good again, Giovanni. If we spoke about politics, speak, spoke, spoken, we would be here all night. Absolutely.
Yeah, excellent.
So one more left. Okay.
I'm sure this is true for, well, lots of people, at least talking about themselves.
Yeah.
It might not be very good for the public spending,
I can
though.
see music at my window. This is weird.
Pardon?
I can see music outside my window. Like
Nice.
I think there's a car passing by with the music really loud.
Oh.
Which is strange for a time like this.
Very good, Marcello. You got that right. Yeah. We know, guys, we know there's a delay when you type something as well. So please just bear with us. We will get there. Would lower. Yeah, that's the second bit. What's the first? Oh, yeah. Sorry, Giovanni. There you go. Yeah.
Okay. So if I had the power, I would lower taxes. Hey, well done, guys. Do you think we have missed anything here, Danielle?
I don't think so. I think that covers it. So yeah, guys, okay. Second conditional is very important for your level. Seems like you guys will all have it though.
Okay, so we're going to talk about third conditional. So we use the third conditional when we think about something, when you think about a condition in the past that hasn't happened. So we imagine a scenario in the past which is not true, and the result of it. For example, I have studied engineering. But if I use the third conditional and imagine I had studied something else, I would say if I had studied medicine, I would have become a doctor, for example. So the basic structure here is if with subject and past perfect. So past perfect means had and the past participle of the verb. And with would have, you use the past participle of the verb again. So I think the most difficult part about third conditional is the remembering all the past participle forms. Okay, so let's get to some practice here. We're gonna look at this example. If he had run, so run, ran, run. So if he had run for political office, I would have voted for him. Okay, so a nice expression here. To run for a political office is if someone is a candidate for becoming the government.
Mhm.
Right. So I think we have some tasks here to practice just this. A change we can believe in. So let's talk about this. So there's some. So we can do the first one, and maybe the others, the viewers can type in the correct answers.
Yeah.
So
sounds
number
good.
1, create a new law.
Mhm.
So a question in third conditional would be, if you could create a new law, which law would you create?
The second conditional. Sorry, Anika. It's the second, yeah?
Oh yeah, it is the second.
Yeah, so guys, the second conditional.
Hmm.
So because it's all of these
Sorry to confuse
situations.
you guys. So this can be.
Yeah, these
So
are
you have
guys.
to think
These are
about whether it's
yeah,
second or third.
exactly. No, even for us, because we don't think, oh, which one is it? Obviously, we just use it naturally, like you guys do in Italian. Okay. So all of these situations are just it's a hypothesis, right? It's just a nice idea. So if you can, maybe turn one of these or all of them into a question using the second conditional. So remember, the second conditional is, where are we? I know we don't have the structure, but I think you guys know anyway. So the second conditional, if plus subject plus.
I was wondering if all of them could be second conditional. I think all of them, right?
Are. Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, so they're all hypotheses. Okay, so you guys can type up the questions, the correct questions for these scenarios. And in the meantime, maybe we can also discuss the answers to these questions.
Yeah, good idea.
So, if you could create a new law, which law would you create? What about you, Danielle?
Oh, that's too
and
hard.
The viewers as well.
I really don't know. There's too many things.
Maybe because there's so many things, right?
Yeah, maybe something to do with immigration to make it easier for people, like to do with people seeking asylum in lots of countries. In Australia, definitely, because Australia is not very good in this sense, and also, in the UK and the EU. Here we go.
That's a great answer. Well, Marcelo says, what would you do if you were president for a day?
That's perfect. That's excellent. Absolutely. And you've done what Anika said, you've switched it, which is perfect. Excellent. Well done. Okay, Anika, what about you? While the others come in, what law would you create?
I think, I would also create so many laws. That's hard to pick one. Maybe one of them would be to ban the manufacturing of weapons.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Or ban the use of harmful chemicals in factories. So I would create probably environmental laws and as well as political laws.
Yeah, no, I think that,
stop the destruction of the world.
I agree. Come on, guys, answer the first one. That's a great question. Let us know what rule you would create or law you would create if you were, if you could.
If you really could, yeah. I'm curious about your answers.
Yeah. What about
so Marcelo, Anna, Giovanni?
Aria?
What would you do?
Yeah, tell us what you do. What about the next one? Should we do number 3? So how do we create the question? Yeah.
Okay, so elect a new leader is the condition, and your action would be the result. And elect is a regular verb, so that makes it easier.
Yeah. So if you elect means you choose or you vote for someone.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe in the meantime, we can also answer the second question. So if you could be president for the day, what would you do? It's a hard question there.
Yeah, it is.
What would I do? What would you do, Danielle?
I don't know. If you're someone like Donald Trump who just writes executive orders rather than trying to pass laws, then that would be a good way to change lots of things. I would probably do exactly the opposite to what he does, though.
And those rules will be permanent.
Yeah. I think that's what he's doing. Okay, this is interesting. Areas. Oh, sorry. I think we both clicked on it. No. Rather than a new leader, I would prefer a government of 4 or 5 elements, one for each main political orientation with majority decision-making power. Wow, that sounds good. So it's sort of like a coalition. Yeah, maybe like a vast coalition. Very good. I like the idea of that.
Yeah.
Anika, I just realized that some of these are the third conditional. So number 4 and number 6.
Receive a month of... last year. Yeah, you're right. Okay, you guys have to think about this. So we're mixing up second and third.
Okay, so Giovanni's got a good example. If you can elect a new leader, which politics would you vote? Okay, good, very good. There's a few little things though. So the past of can, what's the past of can? If you could elect a new leader, which politician would you vote? You have to say for. Okay.
Yeah.
So very good. That is right. It's just a few little things. Okay. Aria's got some great ideas. Yeah. Aria, it sounds like you'd like talking about politics.
Yeah.
Well done. Giovanni, you corrected yourself. Yeah, very good. Okay. Marcello's got an answer. I would create a law in Italy for free areas in every beach, no more private areas. Yep, that's a good one. Just one little thing. You don't need to. So I would create a law. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, you don't use to. You just use the bare infinitive. Okay. Very good. Okay, number 4. So this is a third conditional. All right. Third conditional.
We know it's a third conditional because it says last year. So you're thinking of an imaginary scenario, but not right now, but in the past. The situation is receive €1 million to donate to a government. So imagine that last year you received €1 million to donate. So receive, again, is a regular verb, so that makes things a little easier. So again, if you guys are thinking about the structure for a third conditional, if you use the past perfect, had, and then the past partial of the verb, and just like Marcelo said, very good. Oops. So Marcelo said, what would you do if you had received to donate to a government department last year?
Yeah, nearly.
You had received, so you normally mention received what? So received €1 million or received a donation to a government department last year. Okay, so I'm going to reveal the answer. If you had received €1 million to donate, or you could also say if you had received a donation of €1 million to a government department last year, which one would you have chosen? Okay, Ariana here has a long comment. It would be a great idea for me to work on free and global public health. Not all countries are lucky like us in Italy to have it for free. That is so true.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, So paid with government fund. So fund is spelled F-U-N-D without O. Okay.
Funds.
So funds. Yeah. And so we have just a few minutes left, so maybe we won't have the time to answer all the questions, but let's try to create the questions 5 and 6. So you guys have to think whether it's second or first conditional in order to create the question. I have the opportunity to run for a political office in the last election. So here they're saying last election. So you're picturing this scenario from years ago.
Okay, guys, so this is the structure of a third conditional, okay? So we use it, as we said, to the third conditional to talk about possibilities in the past that weren't realized, that didn't happen, all right? And the most common example of that is to talk about regret, right? So if you regret something, if I had studied harder, I would have passed the test. Okay? So often it's regret. That's a good way to remember it, at least. Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah. So maybe we can reveal the answer.
Yeah, I think so.
Just because time is running out. So if you had the opportunity, so have is the main verb here. So the past participle of have is had. So if you had, normally we would contract it though. Let's say if you'd had the opportunity to run for a political office in the last election, which office would you have run? Okay, so at this point, if you guys have any questions, not sure why
Aria?
it's this way.
Yeah, Aria, well done. And then you corrected one part of it, would have been. So if you had the opportunity to run for a political office in the last election, what office would have been? Yeah, nearly. Would you? Okay, Marcello's, well done, guys. These are really good. Marcello's got another one. If you had the opportunity to run for political office, it's a preposition thing, in the last election, which political office would you? Okay, you said chosen. Okay, it's chosen. So it would be would you? You can see the. Would you have run for, or would you have chosen?
Chosen is correct, but with one O.
Yeah. Okay, chosen. Let's just bring Aria's up just so we can. Aria, I'll write you the best way to write it. If you had the opportunity to run for, we just say political. I know you can say political office. Political office. You use which office? Which office would it have been? Okay. They say which because it's sort of it's indicating there's a choice. Okay, there's only a certain number of offices, so that's why they use which instead of what. But that's not a big mistake. That's okay. That's fine. All right. Well done, guys. I think you've had a great effort. That's really that's really impressive. The third conditional is difficult. It's very difficult. Lots of mother tongue English speakers make mistakes when they use the third conditional. So I think you're doing very well. Okay.
Yeah. So we just have one more left. This will be the last task of today. So the president invited you to help colonize the moon 10 years ago. Oh, 10 years ago. So again, in the past.
Yeah, so
using the third we just have about a minute left. Just gonna, just ruling the answers because we just have 1 minute left, most. So if you, if the president had invited you to help colonize the moon 10 years ago, what would you have said? That's an interesting question. What would you have said, Danielle? Would you have gone to the moon?
No, I would have said no.
Me neither. I would have said no. I'm
Even
safe
as
here.
maybe as an engineer, you could have helped work on the spaceship and the program generally from Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to stay safe on the ground. Yeah.
Okay, guys, well done. You all did really well, and thanks very much for your participation. So, yeah, well done, guys. I'm just reading Giovanni's. Giovanni, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Excellent. And Aria?
Oh, what if? Nice. But then what if the president had invited you?
Yeah.
What is a nice expression, but you don't use would with if.
Yeah. Had invite. Happy Easter, everyone who's logging off. Enjoy your weekend. Invited you. Yeah, so we would say it like this, Aria, if you're still there. What if the president had invited you? Blah, 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 blah.
Okay. Thank you guys for participation. It's been lovely.
Yeah. Well done, guys. Have a nice long weekend. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.